Two of the countless sentinels who record each passing through their shadowy domain. As I explore the outlying jungle beyond our river camp with Tatunka and Dominique Sumian, we encounter one forest guardian who seems to have trouble staying awake. The three-toed sloth, a hypnotic creature whose very appearance can make one drowsy. For thirst in our journey, Tatunka has an instant remedy. With his machete, he cuts a segment from the cipo de agua, a vine which draws moisture from the ground, purifies it, and stores it. A great life-giving vein filled with cold, fresh water. Now an ominous portent. A cut twig indicates that a party of hostile Yanomamo Indians, long at war against intruders, have returned to their hunting grounds. Nearby, the frame of an Indian camp stands deserted. But another twig was cut only yesterday. Suddenly, the silence is hostile, the shadows filled with phantoms. Tatunka urges immediate departure, tells of 5 intruders killed in an earlier ambush without parley or warning. Unable to deal with the Indians, our options are few. Though our mission is peaceful, we have disturbed the game on which they depend. At camp, I make a decision. We found the presence of a lot of Indians back there who have been around for the last few days. And since we never made contact with them to tell them that we were here to look at animals, I suppose that looking at the display of equipment that we have and the noise we make and so on, it's probably disturbing, and Tatunka think that there is some danger. We should get out of here within 24 hours.
Okay.
Southward of the Cousteau seaplane Papagayo, another party follows the river searching for Matis, a long isolated Brazilian tribe near the Peruvian border. At last sighting the huts and clearing of a tribal village, team leader Raymond Cole radios his position to Captain Cousteau aboard Calypso in the upper Amazon, a report essential in case of mishap in the vast expanse of the forest.
À l'écoute aux heures conventionnelles. Terminé pour nous. Bonne chance à Papagayo.
Approaching the village, Cole, a long-experienced diver and explorer, is uncertain of the welcome that awaits them. But as he disembarks from the canoe, he is quickly reassured. Amid clouds of butterflies, the children run toward him. Beyond them, in curious array, the villagers wait. Superbly skilled in underwater exploration, Cole is less sure-footed on land, particularly when required to perform a balancing act. Slightly puzzled by his clumsiness, his bearers cross the log bridge without concern. Showing their skills, a village male prepares a blowgun dart, first notches the fragile shaft with a piranha tooth, so the poison tip will break off in the target, then wraps it with cotton to build air pressure when blown.
Esse aqui na hora que bate no bicho, esse preto é o veneno. No que bate, espalha em todo o corpo.
Já tem veneno.
The longer the blowgun, the greater its accuracy. At 60 yards and more, a 12-foot gun is a precise and lethal weapon. One target is the tapir, sometimes reaching a weight of 400 pounds. Here, Cole returns with a successful hunting party, carrying a carcass which easily will provide food for the entire village. Among the Matis, everything is shared and nothing is wasted. Distributing part of his quarry to each village family, the hunter at the end sometimes finds himself empty-handed. Like tapir, monkeys, and other game, fish is a staple item in a diet that usually is varied and plentiful. Comfortable with the world into which they were born, the Matis have placed their signature on the ordinary objects of daily life, have invented or learned to make fine earthenware vessels to store their food. They too make art out of their hopes and fears, turning even their faces into masks of make-believe. Yet the Matis are in crisis. Through an official of FUNAI, the Brazilian Department for Indian Affairs, and 2 other interpreters, Cole discovers that most Matis males are off fighting a neighboring tribe, and that the chief is now a woman. Amid the forest where once her people drew their existence day by day, the tribe is steadily declining. Once there were many Matis. Now their total number is fewer than 200. The men are killed in the fighting, says the chief. The tribe has been stricken by diseases they had never known before, the lung infections for which they have no immunity or defense. Once one painted designs and patterns on the face, inserted bones or wood in cheeks and chin and nostrils, and the magic protected you. Now the magic is not enough. Her people are dying. That is why the FUNAI representatives have come. Unable to find all the separate smaller tribal units, they have asked them to assemble in one place, in this village, so they can help fight the sickness which is killing the people. Now from the FUNAI medical worker, each person, child or adult, must take the antibiotic pills to help the people get well. For the villagers, it is a new kind of magic. White little round objects which one swallows with a gulp of water in a kind of ritual. The foreigner brought the disease, now he brings the cure. It is a strange kind of game, and the cure seems to help. But just to be safe, they still wear bones in their cheeks and try to be like the jaguar. The jaguar usually does not die from chest diseases. When the rain comes, life in the forest finds a slower rhythm. Sometimes there are those who become exiles from their own species. On the Mano River east of Cusco, Peru, team photographer Ayrton Camargo seeks to visit 3 women first found 5 years ago, naked nomads, ignorant of weapons or fire, eating raw turtles and speaking a language no one can identify. As he crosses to join the women, who only recently reappeared, he will find them changed. Forest rangers have given them clothing and bow and arrow, taught them to build a fire. Yet they remain strangers on Earth. Perhaps, as some officials surmise, the last members of a tribe that no longer exists.
¿Cómo están? Bueno, los presentes para ustedes. Espero.
As a token of good intentions, Camargo brings a blanket as a gift. He tries to explain its function, to be used as protection against the cold. But the women cannot reply.